Rude manager fires single mother. Her lawyer brother walks in. Pack your things. You're done here. The words hit Mia like a slap. She stood frozen behind the register, her hands gripping the edge of the counter. The entire cafe had gone silent. Customers stared, forks halfway to their mouths, as her manager, Greg Awachi, sneered at her from behind his clipboard. Mia's heart pounded. "Well, what?" she stammered. Greg rolled his eyes. "I'm tired of your excuses. Late again, messing up orders. You're more trouble than you're worth." He smirked, loud enough for the whole cafe to hear. "Maybe if you spent less time playing single mom and more time being competent, you wouldn't be in this mess." A sharp gasp rippled through the room. Mia felt her throat tighten. She wasn't late because she was careless. She was late because she had spent the morning rushing her 5-year-old son, Oliver, on to daycare after a sleepless night of him coughing. She wasn't messing up orders. She was exhausted from working double shifts just to keep the lights on. Her hands trembled as she reached to untie her apron, but before she could say another word, the front door swung open with force. "Is there a problem here?" The voice was calm, steady, but it carried a weight that silenced the room even more than Greg's shouting had. Mia's stomach flipped. She knew that voice. Standing in the doorway, in a sharp charcoal suit and piercing glare, was Mia's. Nathan Carter, Mia's older brother. A high-profile attorney. Greg's smug expression faltered. "Who are you?" Nathan stepped forward, his presence commanding. "Nathan Carter, legal counsel." He adjusted his cufflinks, his dark eyes locked onto Greg. And, more importantly, her brother. Chapter 1. A Life of Struggle. Mia Carter had never had it easy. Raising her 5-year-old son, Oliver Atadal, alone was a challenge she never expected. Her ex had walked out before Oliver's first birthday, leaving her to juggle bills, daycare, and a dead-end job. At Brewhaven Cafe, every day was a race, getting Oliver to daycare, rushing to work, dealing with a rude manager who never missed an opportunity to demean her, and then coming home to a pile of unpaid bills. She had no time to breathe, no room for mistakes. And Greg knew that. Chapter 2. The Manager from Hell. Greg had always had it out for Mia. He saw single mothers as liabilities. He made snide remarks, cut her hours at random, and always assigned her the worst shifts. She tolerated it because she had no choice. She needed the paycheck, but today, Greg had gone too far. Chapter 3. A Mother's Breaking Point. That morning, Oliver had woken up, burning with fever. Mia knew she should have stayed home, but she couldn't afford Guille to miss work. She scrambled to find a sitter, arriving at the cafe 7 minutes late, which Greg used as an excuse to humiliate her in front of everyone. And then he fired her. Chapter 4. A Brother's Promise. Nathan Carter had always looked out for Mia. After their parents passed away, he had promised to protect her no matter what. He worked his way up to becoming one of the best employment lawyers in the state. He had told Mia to call him if Greg ever crossed the line, but Mia was too proud. She didn't want to be a burden. Still, fate had a way of intervening. Chapter 5. A Timely Entrance. Nathan had been passing by when he spotted his sister in distress. The moment he saw Greg's smug face and Mia's tear-filled eyes, he knew. Greg had messed with the wrong person. He stepped forward. "Is there a problem here?" Chapter 6. Greg's Undoing. Greg's bravado crumbled. The second Nathan introduced himself, Nathan Carter, attorney at law. The cafe grew eerily silent. Greg scoffed, but there was a nervous edge to his voice. "She was late. She's an unreliable employee." Nathan tilted his head. Unreliable or illegally mistreated? He pulled a document in from his pocket and placed it on the counter. Like and subscribe for part 2 and more videos like this.